Hey everyone, this is Angel with Tech Tutelage, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to install Paper Minecraft server on always free Oracle Cloud instance. To begin, you want to go ahead and log into your Oracle Cloud account, and from there you can go ahead and click on instances. And if you don't have it pinned like me here, what you can do is click on the hamburger menu up here in the left corner, and then go ahead and click on compute, and then go and click on instances. Once you're in instances, you can go ahead and click on create instance, and this will bring you to the create compute instance page. From here you can give your instance a name. I'm going to call mine papermc. And you can scroll down a little bit, and here in image and shape, we're going to keep our image. We're going to use Oracle Linux 8, since I was told by a few users that it actually performs better than the Ubuntu instance. So we will keep the Oracle Linux, but here we're going to go ahead and change our shape. So you can go ahead and click on edit, and we're going to change the shape from AMD to Ampere. And with the Ampere, we're going to go ahead actually and change the size of our shape. And we'll use all the RAM and CPUs that Oracle gives us for free. So I'm going to go ahead and set it to 4 CPUs and 24 gigabytes of RAM. And you can go ahead and click on select shape to confirm. We're going to keep the defaults here for networking, but down here to add SSH keys, you can either generate a new key pair or upload an existing one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upload my existing key, but if you don't have one, you can go ahead and create one. Now you need those keys in order to SSH into your server. So I'm going to go ahead and click on open here. For boot volume, by default, your volume will be 50 gigabytes, but what you can do is just use all the free storage that Oracle gives you. So you can change this to 200 gigs, and then we can scroll all the way down here and click create to create our new instance. This will take a couple of minutes, but once it's ready, this will turn green, and instead of provisioning here, it will say running. Alright, once you have your instance up and running, you can go ahead here on the right and grab your public IP, and this is what we're going to use to connect to our instance. You can also take a note here that the username for the default Oracle server is OPC, so that will be the user that we will be connecting as. So I'm going to go ahead and open my terminal here, and I will SSH into my server. So I'm going to use SSH-I, and I will give it a path to my SSH keys, and mine are in downloads. If you put yours someplace else, make sure that you give it the full path to where your keys are, and make sure you give it path to your private key, not your public key. Once you have the path to your key entered, you can go ahead and put the username, so that will be OPC, and then your IP address of your server. Here you can say yes, and once you're connected to your server, you can go ahead and switch to root. Once you switch to root, you can go ahead and go to your home directory. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you would want to install Java Development Kit 17, because that's a requirement for Minecraft so you'll be able to run your server. So I'm going to go ahead and do some copying and pasting here, since those are very long lines, but I will also be putting them in the description of the video. That way you can just copy and paste from there. So here's the first command that we're going to run. So this will go ahead and download Java Development Kit 17 from java.net. And once we have it downloaded, we're going to run our next command, which will unzip this file. I'm going to go ahead and list this directory so you can see. So we have the zip file that we downloaded, and this is we unzipped the file and everything got placed into this jdk directory. So with the next command, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move that directory into my opt directory, because that's where I want my Java to be installed. And once I move it there, I'm going to create a bash file in my profile.d directory. That way, when my computer boots, it will automatically add the path to the new Java 17 installation to my system path variable. So I'm going to create this file, and here in this file, I'm just going to put 2 statements here that will add the directory that we just put our jdk17 to my path variable. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And the next thing I'm going to do is, since I don't want to reboot my computer now, I'm going to go ahead and source that bash file that we just created. Alright, once we have that done, we can go ahead and check our Java version to make sure that Java was properly installed. And as you can see, we have jdk17 running in our system. The next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and open a port 25565, because that's the port needed for Minecraft. So I'm going to go ahead and run the following command, and that will open port 25565 on our firewall. With the next command, I'm going to reload my firewall. And since we are running on Oracle Cloud, we're going to have to go ahead and open that same port in one more place on our Oracle Cloud console. So I'm going to just kind of copy the port from here, and I'm going to go ahead back to my Oracle Cloud console, and I'm going to search for virtual cloud networks. And then here I'm going to go into my virtual cloud network and go ahead and click on my subnet. And then I'm going to go and open the security list. And here's where I'm going to add another rule that will allow the internet 0.0.0.0/0. So we're going to allow the internet to connect to our instance on port 25565. And you can put a description here so you know what that's for. So I'm going to say papermc. And you can click to add rule. And that should be enough so we can connect to our instance over the internet. The next thing we're going to do is go back to our terminal. I'm going to clear my screen, and we're going to prepare for our Paper Minecraft server installation. So we're going to install our Paper Minecraft server into the same op directory that we put Java. So what I'm going to do is I'll run this command that create the papermc directory, and it will cd into it. And once we're into that directory, what we're going to want to do is go ahead and go to papermc.io, and this is where we're going to get our server from. So once you're in here, you can go ahead and click on downloads, and from this page you can download the latest version of it. So right now they're running on 1.19, so this is the last release of 1.19. So I'm going to go ahead and right click here and copy the link, and then I'm going to go back to my terminal, and I'm going to use the wget command to download it. Once you have it downloaded, you can go ahead and start your Paper Minecraft server with the following command. So here I'm giving my server minimum RAM of 16 gigs, maximum RAM of 20 gigs, and I'm having about 4 gigs left for my operating system. But you can tweak that however you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and start this, and this should fail as it will require for me to accept the end user license agreement. As you can see, it tells you that it failed to load this file here, the end user license agreement file. So I'm going to go ahead and open this file. And once I have this file open, I'm going to change this where it says false. I'm going to make this to say true. And I'm going to go ahead and save the file. And I'm going to run that previous command that will start my Paper Minecraft server. And now that my server is up and running, you can go ahead and connect to it with Minecraft Java Edition. So I'm going to go ahead here and click on multiplayer. Then I'm going to go here on direct connection, and here you can put your server address. So I'm going to go back to my Oracle Cloud Console so I can grab my server IP. So that will be compute instances, and this is my public IP. And then I'm gonna go back to my Minecraft Java Edition and enter my server IP here, and I can hit and join the server, and that will connect to my server. And as you can see, I'm in my server and I can start playing the game. Now, one thing I want to show you here is right now the server is up and running, but if you end up exiting out of your terminal window, what will happen is that will kill your server. So as you can see now, I'm gonna exit from it, and if you can see, my server got closed. So if you close your terminal, your server will die. So in order to prevent that from happening, we're gonna use a package that's called tmux, and that will help us to create a separate session. So that way, once you start your server, you can close your terminal and you don't have to be constantly connected to your server. So what I'm going to go ahead and run this command here, and that will install that tmux package, which will help us to create a separate terminal session. Here you can say yes, and once you have it installed, you can start a new session with the following command. So tmux new-s, and you can give name of your session. I'm going to call mine papermc. Once you're in, you can go ahead and run that same Java command that will start your server, but now your server will be started in a tmux session. So I'm going to go ahead and start my server. And once your server is up and running, you can go ahead and try to reconnect to it. And now you're back inside your server and you can start playing your game. But you can also come back here and you can exit from your session, so detach from your session. And to do that, we're going to do Control B and then the D key. And now we have our game still running. Go back still and keep playing because your server is still up and running. But you're not in that session and you can still use your server. You can even go ahead and close your terminal window. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to go ahead and install a plugin to your Paper Minecraft server. So to do that, we're going to go ahead here and we're going to download a plugin from Bukkit. And you can download any plugin you want. I'm just going to grab this first one, the World Edit for Bukkit. So I'm going to click on it. And once you get in, here you can get information about a plugin, how to use it and stuff, but I'm not going to go on that. I'm just going to show you how to quickly install it. And this will be valid for any plugin. All plugins get installed in the exact same order. So once you get into your plugins page, you can go ahead here and download latest file. You can go ahead and right click and you can do copy link address. And unfortunately, this won't give us the link to the actual plugin file, but I will show you a way how you can get that link from whatever this gives us. It's a little annoying the way they have it, but unfortunately, that's how it works. So I'm going to list here, and where our plugin is supposed to go is into this plugins directory here. So I'm going to go ahead into the plugins directory. And once you're in there, I'm going to just list it just to take a note what's in there. Like so far, we only have this bstats plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and run wget. And I'm going to put the link that I just got from that Bukkit site. And when I run that, that won't download the actual jar file with a plugin, but it will spit all this information here. And if you listen, you're going to see that it just downloaded this latest directory. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one because I don't really care about it. But what I care about is, actually have to be rf since it's a directory. What I care about is this address right here, location. So this is where my plugin is. And you can just download it on your computer and upload it to your Oracle server, but it's much faster to do it this way, and that's why I'm doing it like this. So once you copy this link, you can go ahead and do wget again. But this time you pass this path. And now if you list your directory, you're going to have your world edit plugin downloaded. Now the next thing you want to do is go back to your server session. So to do that, first we're going to list all of our available sessions. So tmux ls, and that will give us, oh, I misspelled it, sorry, tmux ls. And that will give us that we have one active session that's called papermc. And to connect to that session, we're going to run tmux a-t, and then we're going to give the name of our session, which is papermc. And now that we're back into a session, we're going to want to restart our server. So you can just run restart, and that will stop our server. And then once the server has stopped, you can go ahead and start it again with this command. And now that we have our server up and running, we can go ahead and run the command plugins. And we can see that we have successfully installed our world edit plugin. And we can confirm that back in our game too. So we can go ahead and reconnect to our server. And if I do / and type W, we're going to see that we have all the command to access that plugin are listed here. So we can just do like this, and we can say version, and that will give us the version of our plugin. And I think that's pretty much it. Actually, there is one more thing that I wanted to show you. Is if you scroll up here, you get in this warning message. It tells you that you're running the server as a root, and this is not recommended. So if you want to fix that, all you're going to have to do is set up a new user and have your new user to run your paper Minecraft server. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead here and exit from my session, and I'm actually going to kill the whole server. So to do that, you can do Control-B and then X, and then it's going to ask you to confirm if you want to kill it. So I'm going to say yes, and that's going to turn off my whole server. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new user, and I'm going to call him papermc. So I'm going to say add user papermc. And that will create a new user called papermc. And the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and switch to that user. So I'm going to say su papermc. Oh, actually, I forgot that. At first, I have to change the ownership of my papermc directory before I do this. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to root. So I'm going to exit here, and I'm going to go ahead and say chown-r papermc. And for group, we're going to say the same papermc. And we'll give it the path to our papermc directory. So I'm going to say opt papermc, and this will change all files and directories into this directory, and the owner of them will be papermc user. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch to my papermc user. And now that I'm in my papermc user, I'm going to go ahead and start a new tmux session. And once I'm in that session, I'm going to go ahead and start my papermc server. Oh, I'm in the wrong directory here. I'm going to have to step out one directory, and then I'm going to go ahead and run. And as you can see, I have my server again up and running, and I don't get that error message. I guess that's all for today. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you liked it, please click on the like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe for my channel. Thank you for watching.